I am filled with gas. Someone carbonated my coffee again.
What was it?
I blame Milo.
Milo. Which one's Milo? He's been on here before.
Milo's a dog.
Yeah.
My bad.
He
I know
has
a furry
technically
named
been
Milo.
on here before. He shows up sometimes.
He does sometimes
And
show
Sokka.
up, yeah. Sometimes Milo is only audible through Charlie's audio. Sometimes I have my door open and he comes in here and makes his presence known.
I also
And
blame
Sokka
Milo.
will sometimes be on the bed.
Farting into
Astrid,
my coffee.
you would not be able to drink it if he did that.
Little dog farts in. I would not drink it even if it had little dog farts in. Even though it tastes like little dog farts. If he were to fart into it, I wouldn't drink it.
Okay. Anyway. Shall we get
God
started?
damn. Yeah, let's do it.
Here are today's judges. Gwen Rome Twin Romer and TJ Pownell on the fantasy tournament game show where anything can happen, anyone can win, and you never know who will show up next. It's anyone's game!
Hooray! We're here!
I'm Rob Bourgeois, this is Tournament 30. Let's get this train wreck spinning. So, one by one, I'm going to give you a list of 4 characters, celebrities, or teams thereof. Pick the one you want to see compete. The rest get placed into the cauldron of maybe next time.
Ooh.
If you don't like who you got, don't want to pick them, or don't know who they are, you can ditch them for 3 new options. Then you can double ditch for 2, and you get a last ditch for 1. When you do that, you're stuck with whoever you get. Once your character's chosen, we spin this wheel, and we stick them wherever the apostrophe is pointing. When our spins result in a match, then we draw the contest randomly out of the other bucket, and then we get to argue about who wins. I'm the host. I'm just here to facilitate. And because there's only 2 of you, I also break ties, which I guess means the same as voting anyway. So, all right, our previous champion, Kevin French from Mission Hill, is currently sitting at the top of the wheel. He's going to be our 32nd and final player. Now, to demonstrate the process of picking a character, I'm going to do that now. I have Sid the Sloth from Ice Age, James Bond from 007, Mercy from Overwatch, or Tiamat from Dungeons & Dragons. I am going to pick James Bond. So I give that a spin. He goes right here and awaits his opponent. Now, before I turn things over to you guys, let's go over the basic rules of the game. First, players want to win. They don't necessarily need to win. Second, no matter the events of the previous match, we're assuming that players enter the new match at 100%. Third, players who are known for carrying gear at all times will have their standard loadout for all contests. Fourth, cheaters get disqualified. We always catch them. Rendering the contest moot, like teleporting out of an escape room or converting chess into a fistfight, counts as cheating. And fifth, players are given several hours of preparation time before each match, during which they are explained the rules in a way they would understand. Whether they have any interest in the contest afterward is another matter. There goes the scripted portion.
Bring on the madness!
Gwen, the Roadrunner from Looney Tunes. Morpheus from The Matrix. Lich King Arthas Menethil from Warcraft. Or B. Dylan Hollis, the internet chef, comedian, and musician.
God, he's a chef. I kind of want to know who he is, but Morpheus, he's awesome. Dude, I first saw that movie when I was like 21, and my ex at the time was like, "How have you not seen The Matrix?" And I was like, "Bro, I was 3 when that came out."
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that came out a long time ago that you think, why haven't I seen this? Why didn't I see this when it came out? Oh yeah, I was very young and I didn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
TJ, you've got 2 Hammer Bros from Super Mario, Moby Dick from Moby Dick, Arnold J. Rimmer from Red Dwarf, or Archimedes from The Sword in the Stone.
I'm tempted to just stick a whale in there, but I think Rimmer. If we get Free Willy in there as well, just a whale again.
Be a whale of a time.
Oh yeah, just inanimate not inanimate, just animals, any animal. Just
Well,
anything
known
that
for
is
being-
just an animal and can't do anything special.
They're special to me.
All right, Gwen, you've got Gadget Hackwrench from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Gumball Watterson from The Amazing World of Gumball, Stuart from Despicable Me, or Gene Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
Gene! Sorry, Gene. Instantly.
Gene Belcher versus Arnold J. Rimmer. And the contest is Chubby Bunny.
I think I don't even know this other character. I think Gene got this in the bag.
For those who are not aware, Chubby Bunny is where, one by one, you stuff a marshmallow into your mouth. Do not swallow these marshmallows. They must stay in your mouth. Then say the words Chubby Bunny. If you can do so intelligibly, then you advance to the next round, wherein you insert another marshmallow and do it again.
I'm grinning ear to ear because I know this is something he'd be a master at.
While I would put the hologrammatic form of Arnold J. Rimmer as he's almost superhuman in the sense that he can't be destroyed. Mm-hmm. He's a hard light hologram, so he would be able to just keep on stuffing, and even if he would not waver. However, he is up against Gene Belcher.
Also, would Rimmer, think of that? Would he be aware of the fact that he could expand his cheeks however far he wants, or would he just kind of be like, this is fucking stupid?
I think he would. I think if Gene annoyed him enough, he would have that sort of spiteful determination to go as far as he could possibly. He would almost self-destructively go that far.
It's my duty. My duty is a complete and utter bastard.
Yeah.
If this is an episode of Bob's Burgers, I feel like Gene would just be like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?" And just like he's so good at it that the guy he'd try really hard, and I feel like he'd just slip up.
Gene is definitely the winner here.
TJ, you've got The Grinch from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Bob the Builder from Bob the Builder, Nabbit from Super Mario, or Captain Ahab from Moby Dick.
Let's go for the Grinch.
Okay.
I feel a sort of affinity for
Kinship?
the Grinch. Yeah, kinship.
I was gonna say I see some similarities.
Max, what is this depressing...
Beans! Beans? Have you got any beans? Beans. 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 Beans! Beans, beans, beans! God, there's so many beans! I made it. Beans!
Gwen, you've got The Blues Brothers from The Blues Brothers, Ginger Foutley from As Told by Ginger, Marzipan from Homestar Runner, or Jack Box from Jack in the Box.
Is that his name?
Yep.
Nope.
Oh, well, I'm a certified stoner from California, so it's got to be Jack in the Box.
TJ, you've got Mustache Girl from A Hat in Time, Professor Elvin Gadd from Luigi's Mansion, Number 4 from Codename Kids Next Door, or Carmen Sandiego from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh, could I ditch, please? I like the idea of a mustache girl, but I just don't know anything about it.
I heard it's a really good game.
It is a really good game. Little Susie from Johnny Bravo, Vice Principal Mr. Butlertron from Clone High, or Evan Treborn from The Butterfly Effect.
Well, I've got to go with
Wesley.
Gwen, you've got Inspector Jacques Clouseau from The Pink Panther, Buster Bunny from Tiny Toon Adventures, Trico from The Last Guardian, or Rapunzel from Tangled.
I've never done the ditch before, so I'm going to go with the ditch.
Danny Tanner from Full House, General Martok from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, or Colonel Samantha Carter from Stargate SG-1.
Can we try that again?
Plucky Duck from Tiny Toon Adventures, or Yogi Bear from The Yogi Bear Show.
Let's do Yogi Bear.
TJ, you have Commander Bill Adama from Battlestar Galactica, Quark from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Dr. Phlox from Star Trek Enterprise, or Dr. Wayne Selinsky from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Shall we go for Dr. Phlox? We haven't seen him yet.
Dr. Phlox versus Yogi Bear.
Oh, to capture him and study him.
Fizzbuzz.
Fizzbuzz.
What is that?
Fizzbuzz is a math game. So, like, we go back and forth, like, around the circle. And if we were to say a multiple of 3, for example, instead of saying the number, we would say fizz. If our turn comes up on a multiple of 5, for example, we would instead say buzz. And if it came up on a multiple of both, we would say fizzbuzz. And so you have to keep in mind the factors of the number that you're about to say.
Where did this come from?
I don't know, but Tom Scott used it as a programming like training exercise at one point, and he did a video about it.
I don't think Yogi could get his attention to actually remember the rules. Much like me, I've already forgotten which order we say this in. So I think it's the spaceman that gets this
Dr.
one.
Flox
Yeah.
is definitely a science man. He's good with genetics. I'm pretty sure he's able to remember a certain set of numbers and just replicate them and just keep on going and just think.
Although
think.
Yogi is smarter than the average bear.
That isn't
Yes,
saying
but
much.
that isn't. Yeah, that
It's
isn't a
not
big
a high
boast.
hurdle.
Dude, I
All right.
once saw him put ketchup on steak in an episode. I'm like, he's evil.
God, whoever created Fizzbuzz must have been incredibly bored.
It's fairly simple.
Why would you try and do that? Why? Give me
not?
an answer. Answers in the comments.
Because math is fun.
What country do we need to blame for this competition being a thing?
Gwen, you've got Timmy Turner from The Fairly Odd Parents, Topanga Lawrence Matthews from Boy Meets World, Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple, or Optimus Prime from Transformers.
Oh, get that little shit in here, Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner versus Jack Box. And the contest is a game of Go. Go is a really old board game. Essentially, players alternate placing a black stone or a white stone on this grid. And if you surround your opponent's pieces, you get like a whole bunch of points. It's existed for possibly thousands of years, and nobody's actually solved the game yet.
So this is tough, right? Because you have like a child who's essentially just a little brat, and then you have Jack, which in my headcanon, that dude's a stoner himself, and he just could not keep his attention on this game. I was like, whoa, dude.
Although I have known people who actually do smoke weed to focus.
Oh, dang. Oh, that's how he does business so good. Oh.
He knows what tastes good.
Mhm.
What is
Ooh.
Jack Box? Looks like a crude drawing.
He is an adult person. He's just a human man
just
with a big ol' clown head.
Or Jack in
a
the Box
big
head.
human man in a mask.
He's just a human guy.
Although that
honestly,
is
that's
his face.
Yeah, that's his face.
What's really
kind of
funny
like how,
about
kind of like how the King from Burger King is. He's got the big.
Oh yeah,
head.
that's not a mask at all.
Kinda.
Yeah,
Kind
exactly.
of.
It's not a mask at all.
Just a plastic
It's a-
head.
He's kind of like the Burger King, except Jack can talk, and he has
Yeah,
the
Jack
most
actually talks.
monotone voice of like,
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if I'm comfortable with people eating my face.
Like at one point during like a boardroom meeting, it's like, all right, so what is your favorite part of the burger? And everybody goes around the meat, the cheese, the meat, the cheese, and then one guy's like, the bun is neither meat nor cheese. If you get rid of that bun, you got something there. And Jack's like,
Without the bun, your hands would be covered with meat and cheese!
we'll look into it.
oh, I wish I saw that commercial. Oh my god.
So he's basically just a guy with an oversized round head.
Just
I give it
a
a Jack.
regular guy. Okay. Let's go for
Timmy is
him.
always learning valuable lessons
Is he?
the hard way.
By
Sometimes
losing.
the same one more than once.
So I'm going to argue against Timmy in that there's an episode in the later seasons where it's like he does his like millionth wish or whatever, and at the end, so he's on trial because it's like he apparently made a wish you can't make.
Oh yeah,
And they're trying to figure out what it is, and it
a
turns out
secret wish. Yeah,
his secret wish was that he was just 10 forever, and so that's been going on for at least 50 years.
That makes sense now. I like when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Explain why they've been 10 for the last 50 years. I'm still going for Jack in the Box because he's a regular guy. A little bit more experience under his belt. Apparently, he is building buildings and has been a police officer. I think he's quite an intelligent man. I think he could strategically get around Timmy Turner's little child brain.
TJ, you've got Benny from Fallout New Vegas, Jimmy T from WarioWare, Cow and Chicken from Cow and Chicken, or Buster Baxter from Arthur.
Cow and Chicken.
All right, Gwen, you've got Alan the Brain Powers from Arthur, Della Duck from DuckTales, Schnitzel from Chowder, or Eduardo from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Rada, rada, rada.
Schnitzel versus Morpheus. Bird imitation.
Oh, not a
Damn it!
chance.
No! Sorry. Sorry, Schnitzel. Oh.
I've not watched Chowder because it looks rubbish.
It's really good, actually.
It's actually really good.
He looks like the type of character who, even though he does just only say the same thing over and over and over again, he would occasionally just surprise you with like a really good, I don't know, impression of somebody just out of nowhere. Just he's speaking normal.
Over the course of the show, he said things other than Rada, I believe, 0 times.
Yes.
Okay, in that case...
And it was like 3 seasons, I believe.
We'll do
Damn.
Morpheus.
TJ, you've got Hellboy from Hellboy, Tommy Pickles from All Grown Up, BB-8 from Star Wars, or Captain Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly.
Let's go for Hellboy.
It's Hellboy versus James Bond in a game of marbles.
Oh, bloody hell. He's got that big hand.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But he does have a regular hand also.
Imagine, he could scoop up the ground on which the marbles are on. He could just obliterate that game.
Yeah, but you still have to use the actual marble in order to, like, knock the other ones out of the circle.
Oh, yes, I forgot. He's not trying to defeat marbles.
I think the precision goes from Bond.
He would probably have a gadget specifically for it.
Yeah, he probably
Like
would.
a fake hand that is just like ping, 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 laser guided and everything.
All right.
But then, so does Hellboy. I imagine he's got like that superhuman strength in that hand, just crater.
It would be kind of hard to, like, hold the marble in a giant stone hand, I think.
But even then, like, I mean, again, Bond's got the advantage. He's got 2 regular hands.
Does he have feeling in that? Is that his hand or is that a glove?
It's his hand.
It's his hand, so he does have feeling in it.
Probably, yeah.
So he could manipulate it.
It's hard to move if you don't have feeling.
Dude, it must suck to go to the bathroom.
Uses the other hand, come on.
Well, yeah, but like if you're like a tiny stall, it's like they're tiny, right? It's like shit, you have to like put your
I
arm
don't
over your
think
head.
he uses public toilets. I think he finds somewhere and just goes for it.
Yeah.
This torrent comes out of an alleyway. All right, we'll go for James Bond just because
All right.
the cumbersome nature of that hand.
Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Captain Barnacle's Bear from the Octonauts, Red from the M&Ms, Mayor Joy Hackney from Sheriff Hayseed, or Rocksteady from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ooh, was it Joy? I want to see Joy in there.
Okay, Mayor Joy Hackney versus the Grinch. Freshwater fishing.
Oh, come on.
Who is more patient?
Not the
Given
Grinch.
You know what? I'm gonna argue he is. So okay, some people have seen the Illumination one. I saw a trailer where he's in a grocery store. I'm like, that's not the Grinch. That dude's fending for himself. He's hiding in the woods or wherever he is. Like, I could see him fishing. He probably has to live.
That's a fairly good argument.
And Joy would probably start just punching the river.
Yeah, but she's more likely to go fishing. Actually, where is their town? Is it in the desert or is it...
Yeah, it's in the middle of the desert.
She probably never even been near a lake.
It does sort of feel like her sort of territory, you know, fishing and doing all sorts of different American pastimes.
What is that in your hand?
I've been wondering the same.
Because what it looks like is a solid donut on a stick. Oh, okay. It's a mannequin base.
Oh, I thought it was a wheel of cheese.
Yeah, I thought it was just food you weren't eating, despite saying you were hungry. All right, so it kind of sounds like Gwen is saying the Grinch.
Sorry,
I'm gonna have to
yes.
go with the Grinch. Yeah.
TJ, would you like Alex Trebek from Jeopardy, Foghorn Leghorn from Looney Tunes, Tucker Foley from Danny Phantom, or Jane Lynch, the actor?
Oh, can I ditch?
Wreck-It Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph, Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob SquarePants, or George Wilson from Dennis the Menace?
Wreck-It Ralph.
All right, Gwen, you've got Hagar the Horrible from Hagar the Horrible, Robin Scherbatsky from How I Met Your Mother, Marty McFly from Back to the Future, or Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation?
Ooh, I was gonna do Marty, but then I'm like, oh no, this Rob. Dang. Let's do Rob.
Ron Swanson. TJ, you've got two-time champion Black Widow, Bart Simpson from The Simpsons, Ghost Spider from Spider-Gwen, or Wishbone from Wishbone?
I'm tempted to go for Black Widow just to get another sticker on her and just see where that ends up. Just see how many stickers we can get on that one chip. But I'm going to have to go for Bart.
Gwen, would you like Kiddy Kong from Donkey Kong Country, Tony the Tiger from Frosted Flakes, Seymour Krelborn from Little Shop of Horrors, or Lieutenant Kara Thrace, Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica, the 2003 version?
I'm gonna go Kitty Kong.
Okay, Kiddy
I
Kong.
just remember our shenanigans last game. I want to see some more monkeys back in there.
More monkey business.
Yeah. The music
Kiddy
was good in
Kong
that game.
versus Vice Principal Mr. Butlertron. Quilting.
Ah,
Oh, he's a butler! He has to do
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
yeah, and Kitty Kong, he just like he wouldn't even he just destroy whatever is in front of him.
Just
so.
bananas sewn
Yeah.
into it. Go on.
So sounds like Mr. B.
Oh, easy
Mr.
win.
B.
It's alright, if I see another monkey, I'll bring it back in.
All right, TJ, you've got Harvey Birdman from Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, Carrie Fisher, the actor, Jeff Probst from Survivor, or Muttley from Wacky Races?
None of them are monkeys. Muttley.
Well, evolutionarily speaking, 3 of them are monkeys.
No, Harvey Birdman is a Harvey Birdman.
Okay.
Unless you meant Muttley, in which case you're very wrong.
No.
Muttley, please.
You give him a challenge, he's just like he's not gonna do it.
Only if you give him a medal. I like the idea that he would only do things unless he got a medal right there and then, not a medal for doing it. Come on, do the thing. Fine. Have a medal. Right,
dog.
now I'm brave.
It's like a Scooby snack, but with gold.
Yeah.
All right, Gwen, you've got Gus from Psych, Wilt from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Bashful from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or Spear from Primal?
I'm bashful.
Bashful versus Wreck-It Ralph. Hot pepper eating.
Oh no.
I mean, his
Yeah.
face already goes pretty red even when he's not eating them.
I think he's gonna die if he does it. Ralph, I feel like the guy can withstand pain anyway. He probably has a pretty good pain tolerance.
Didn't he do this? Wasn't there
Oh,
like,
in the second movie, yes.
a whole
he
bunch of
did.
things where he's like on the internet and he's just doing all these different sort of
Yeah.
YouTubey type challenges?
Hey guys, Wreck-It Ralph here with the Ghost Pepper Challenge. It's supposed to be spicy. We'll see about that. It's not so. Oh, this is very hot. Oh, make it stop.
So Wreck-It Ralph then?
Wreck-It
Ralph.
Ralph, baby.
All right. Wreck-It Ralph versus Gene Belcher. Water chugging.
Oh, this
After
is like a
that chili,
tie.
he's gonna need a lot of water.
Damn it!
Gene came off of Chubby Bunny here.
I wish they could
He could
tie.
probably use some water too.
This is a big child versus a big man, right? I feel like Gene has more patience than Ralph, and I feel like he would be like, "Oh, hold on, I need to take a break." Whereas Gene, with determination, with his childlike determination, just drink it all. I
That is
feel
a
like he
good
could do it.
point. Kids are surprisingly indestructible when it
Yes.
comes to eating a lot of something they're not supposed to.
In Wreck-It Ralph, in his home medium, he is a video game character. We have seen the Mario and Luigi series, Mario get blown up real big with water. So we know that this is a thing that's possible in video games. Might it apply to Ralph?
No, there's been a discussion on the show before about medium, and I feel like that's
Yes.
really slippery
However,
territory. Okay.
It is somewhat slippery. We are taking the character as they are depicted in their home world. So, like
Yeah.
Mario as Mario, not Mario as a video game character,
Okay.
but in Ralph's home medium, he is a video game character.
Yeah.
That's part of his character.
So remember the bunny in Wreck-It Ralph 2 where he's trying to make him eat all the pancakes, and you'd think him being a video game character, he could eat all the pancakes, but no, he blows up eventually.
Pancake, 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 pancake. Eat, little bunny. Eat.
Ralph, you might want to try feeding the kitty for a little while.
No, the kitty gets the milkshake. The bunny gets the pancake.
Is survival a... I suppose it would have to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really great winning if you don't live to see it happen.
I do think it's still going to be Ralph.
All right, that's fair.
Okay.
I'll do Ralph.
TJ, would you like former champion Phineas Flynn from Phineas and Ferb, Superman, Clark Kent from Superman, Blade from Blade, or Heat Miser from The Year Without a Santa Claus?
Heat Miser.
We're not going anywhere near Heat Miser. Could I get a ditch?
I saw that YouTube short where you just got where Mike's trying so hard to like, yeah, you've seen this, right?
No, I still haven't.
It's fine. It's whatever.
It's
okay.
not.
Like,
Look at
wait
it.
a couple months. It's fine.
It's an okay. What I'm saying is, it's an okay movie. It's fine. It's not great.
It's a movie. I thought it like an episode or something.
No, it's a movie.
Oh fuck.
Emily Elizabeth Howard from Clifford the Big Red Dog, Prince Tricky from Star Fox Adventures, or Kevin from Ed, Edd and Eddie.
I haven't seen Kevin at all. Okay, let's do Kevin.
What's up, losers?
Dorks!
Zoinks.
Kevin versus Bart Simpson. Twister!
Ooh, I think Kevin's got this one. He's a larger kid. Well, he's a skinnier, taller kid. I feel like he could
They
like.
are also shown to get very bendy.
Damn. Yeah, I think also. Have you seen Barty's a stubby guy, stubby little guy? I think Kevin's got this one in the bag.
I think the limitation on each other's animation, I think, is the determining factor here.
Just the flexibility that they've been shown to have.
Yeah.
Kevin versus Jack Box. Bouquet arrangement.
Jack, I guess. I don't, because I feel like Kevin would just be like, "This is lame. I don't want to do like." Being a teacher again, kids don't want to do things they deem like uncool.
Yeah,
so.
I don't. I think he would see that as something Jimmy would do.
Oh, Jimmy would. He's such a
Jimmy the racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I was trying to figure out
thought...
who Jimmy was originally. Shadow Wolf said
Jimmy
that
is the one
he
with
was
the-
the one with braces. All I heard was racist. so now he's Jimmy the racist. Give it to Jackbox.
Saying Jack?
Yeah.
All right. Gwen, you've got Chance from Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle, Chopper from Star Wars Rebels, or Chairface Chippendale from The Tick.
Malcolm in the Middle, baby. Let's get him.
TJ, would you like Ambassador Londo Malari from Babylon 5, Benjamin Gates from National Treasure, Colonel Jack O'Neill from Stargate, or Chewbacca from Star Wars?
Jack O'Neill.
Gwen, you've got Naruto Uzumaki from Naruto, Wolverine from X-Men, Max Goof from Goof Troop, or Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the actor.
Okay, I was trying to make sure it was the Goofy movie version of Max. Yeah, Max.
Max Goof versus Colonel Jack O'Neill. Basket weaving.
Oh, that's a curveball.
So if we're thinking of like kid to teenage Max, again, I feel like he's so insecure that he'd just be like, I won't look cool if I basket weave.
Do we think his dad would have taken him basket weaving, and he would have had to just do it?
Goofy would do that.
That is a very goofy thing to do.
He'd probably even have a special way of doing it, like that fishing thing that he did. Special
Perfect cast.
Yeah, the
Do
perfect
the perfect
cast.
weave.
10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, quarter to 3, tour you pay, twist, over, pot of do, I'm a little teapot, and the wind up. Huh? And let her fly! The perfect cast.
Yes,
Yeah.
the perfect weave. Just based on this little headcanon we've just created, I'm going
And
with
now
Max.
he's got this,
Yeah, let's do Max.
All right.
That
Max
sounds fun.
Goof versus Dr. Phlox. Surprise party planning for their previous opponents. So that's Max planning for Jack O'Neill and Dr. Phlox planning for Yogi Bear. Who's going to have a better party?
I think Yogi is going to have a
Yeah.
better party because Dr. Phlox knows animals.
Oh, I didn't know that about this character. Okay, yeah. I'm down
A
with
little
that.
bit of history for you about Dr. Phlox, just so that you're in the
Okay.
loop here. Dr. Phlox is the doctor on the first Enterprise. The idea behind his character is he is a sort of leeches type of doctor. Instead of using like a spray, it just goes tss, he uses an osmotic eel, and then everyone's grossed out as it's sort of sucking on their leg.
I thought it best to keep you sedated while the osmotic eel cauterized your wound.
Thanks.
It's meant to sort of indicate that we've gone back in time, but we're still in the future, hence the leeches.
He
Interesting.
uses medicinal animals,
Yeah.
basically.
Using that as his background, knowing animals, he would know what the bear wanted and act accordingly.
It must be incredibly easy anyway to get Yogi a party because all he wants is food, man. Just lay out.
Picnic basket.
Yeah, pick it. Yeah.
Maybe a new hat as well. Oh, you know what? Max would probably take him laser tag,
Oh.
and he'd probably have sort of flashes of horror in his brain. That wouldn't be a good party.
Yeah.
Go old again.
I'm gonna go for the Yogi bit or in the witch doctor, I think, or
He's a
whatever
prof-
you call it.
Dr.
All right,
Phlox.
so Dr. Phlox then. All right.
He's a professional soldier. He doesn't have flashbacks.
TJ, you've got Pierce Hawthorne from Community, Doom Guy from Doom, Brewster from Animal Crossing, or Grover from Sesame Street.
Let's get Doom Guy in there.
Gwen, you've got Vinny Santorini from Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Yoshi from Super Mario, Joel Robinson from Mystery Science Theater 3000, or Crystal from Star Fox Adventures.
Basic bitch, Yoshi.
Yoshi versus Ron Swanson.
He would be so angry because Yoshi would just keep bacon.
Ow. Silly walking.
Oh,
He would not
Yoshi-
demean himself.
He's just like, I am a stoic man. we had never had to, and I never will walk silly.
So Yoshi then?
Oh yeah.
TJ, you've got Basil of Baker Street from The Great Mouse Detective, Coco, the sign language using gorilla, Jared and Mr. Fish from Manly Guys Doing Manly Things, or Helen Gravely from Luigi's Mansion.
I did promise I would get another monkey in there, so let's get Coco.
She's an ape.
Same difference.
Gwen, would you like Caillou from Caillou, the Golden Girls from the Golden Girls, Pepperoni from Lego Island, or Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco?
Part of me is thinking pepperoni, but I almost want to do Caillou out of spite. You know what? Let's get Caillou in there.
Okay, Caillou. Someone prepare the earplugs. Caillou versus Muttley. Surfing.
How old is Caillou?
Like 4?
Perpetually 4 years old.
I'm gonna take a
Going
look.
on 2. This kid is a little shit. He throws a tantrum every episode, and it's the most obnoxious thing you've ever heard.
Yeah, he's 4 years old. Okay. I mean, Mudley's been in like a competitive environment and just
Wing walking. He was in Dick Dastardly and his Fantastic Flying Machines, or whatever the name of the thing is. And I'm fairly certain they frequently got out of their plane and just walked along the plane.
That's what he thinks, eh, Muttley?
I would imagine that is on one of the things he can do. So if he can do wing walking, he can do surfing. It's just wing walking in the water.
Yeah,
It's
that checks out to me.
wet sky. That's all the sea is.
Yeah, so I mean, no, I'm going with Muttley, yeah.
Muttley then.
Just talking bollocks, and it managed to get him through. Okay.
Good.
Muttley
Goodbye,
versus Mr. Butlertron. Lock picking.
Ooh, robot. I think he can do it.
Just stick the antenna in, jiggle it out a bit.
He's
and
pretty competently devious. I
Stick the
imagine
tail
if they
in.
have to pick a lock, he's the one doing it.
jiggle about a bit, and then it opens.
Look, I'm not here to say AI is better than anything because I'm an artist. I don't want them taking my job. But I do feel like they'd be pretty good at picking a lock and figuring out how to quicker than a very impatient dog.
I will go for Mr. Butlertron mainly for the technical competence or incompetence, depending on the episode.
Mr. Butlertron versus Dr. Phlox. Make that. Mr. Butlertron and Kiddy Kong versus Muttley and Caillou versus Dr. Phlox and Yogi Bear versus Max Goof and Colonel Jack O'Neill. The Amazing Race.
Explain the Amazing Race for me.
Yeah.
So teams basically like race around the world, getting from one clue and task to another. They're given an allotment of money to get them from one place to the next. They don't have to worry about airfare. Did you hear that?
I heard something.
Nothing.
I hear like a...
There's like some loud impacts going on outside. What the hell was that?
Maybe get your bulletproof vest on.
Anyway, so the Amazing Race, contestants race around the world in teams of 2. They go from like a clue or a task to another, and they have to go like all over the place. So there's a bunch of things that they have to do in like Paris, France, and then the next thing they know, they're flying to Mumbai. The last team to reach the finish line for each leg of the race is usually eliminated. And then at the end, they have this, there's like a final race for the last 3 teams to get to the final finish line, and whoever gets there first is the winner.
Tell me the teams again.
4 teams of 2, Mr. Butlertron and Kiddy Kong, Muttley and Caillou, Caillou.
Yeah, apparently I gave it 2 O's, apparently.
I thought I could retain this information, but like I actually...
It's difficult, isn't it?
This one's a wild one. This one's the only one that functions like this. Dr. Phlox and Yogi Bear, Max Goof, and Colonel Jack O'Neill.
Okay. We're going to have to go through each one of these systematically and figure out what could go wrong and what could go right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. B and Kiddy K.
Kiddy Kong is a very large baby.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's a
he
problem.
doesn't-
Mr. B would be able to look after him.
He
but
could
would they
carry Kiddy.
But would they be able to get very far if he's constantly babysitting them?
Kiddy is shown to be a pretty competent adventurer alongside Diddy Kong. He comes from Donkey Kong Country 3, and he is one of the 2 playable characters.
Okay.
And Kiddy is shown to be remarkably strong.
If there was an obstacle... Oh, yeah! Was Mr. Butler could be the brains, and then the brawn would be Kiddy Kong.
Muttley and Caillou.
Oh, I mean, no.
Muttley has a lot of experience with traveling.
Muttley already has a plane and possibly a car on hand.
Yeah, but Caillou doesn't add anything.
He would be provided modes of transportation, and vehicles are not gear, so...
But if he's provided them, he'd be able to use them. So that's pretty strong on Muttley and Caillou there. Caillou, bit of an anchor, but he's...
Yeah, Caillou...
it wouldn't be much of a
Caillou
problem.
is extremely temperamental and prone to throwing tantrums over the smallest shit.
That could pose an issue if he throws a tantrum and then crash car.
A lot of the challenges are like solo challenges, so only one player from the team can do them. There's a limit on how many one given player can do. This came up as a result of an early season in which one player did almost every solo challenge, and that team won.
So he could be a problem. Dr. Phlox and Yogi, I don't think Yogi can drive. I don't think Yogi could use a plane. Dr. Phlox, while he can sort of maintain and pilot a starship, planes and cars probably not his thing. I don't think Phlox and Yogi are going anywhere. I think that's
Well, Yogi
crossing
is
them
pretty
off.
good at seeing like what he wants and going for it.
But I feel like Yogi, what he truly wants is a picnic basket. He's gonna steer it like to the
Yeah.
nearest
He
park.
would get easily
But he's not
distracted
gonna be the
by
one
like
driving.
a burger joint or something.
Yes. Yeah.
But he wouldn't be the one driving.
Maybe Dr. Phlox could figure it out. He does have to contend with a bear.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's
But
a fairly conscious
dangle a
bear.
burger from a stick and just hold it out in front of Yogi and
Just ride Yogi.
oh boy,
Oh, that could work.
I sure could go for that burger. Hey Doc, why
Ah.
is it floating?
Zeroing in. Okay, that might bring him back in. Max and Jack O'Neill, I for some reason think they
Both
get on
well
quite
traveled.
Well. Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, if Jack can find a Stargate, that is an instant travel.
Ooh,
He
yeah.
wouldn't. I mean, he wouldn't get travel sick.
A Stargate wouldn't be available in this contest.
Okay.
Max literally went across the country. I feel like he wouldn't mind around the world too.
Did he? He didn't drive though, did he? That was his dad.
He didn't drive, but in House of Mouse, he was the valet.
Oh, okay. So he can drive.
He can
so
drive.
can Jack. So they can
Yeah,
interchange.
they can tag
So
out.
however-
they can.
Yeah. So they
yeah.
might actually
He
get
even
further.
navigated.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
both fairly competent at
Yeah,
Can we
they're
get
the
a
more
winner
doing
serious, aren't
certain
they? Well,
things. Yeah.
I say Jack
Yeah.
is the less serious of his team, whereas Max is the most serious of his
Max
sort
isn't
of group.
isn't like hugely serious, but I could very easily see.
He's more serious than his dad.
Yeah, but that's not exactly a high bar.
It's not, is it?
I feel like he would try to do his best to prove himself, and the other contestants in this, I don't think would have that much determination as much as Max would.
Let's bring it down to their vehicles. We've got Mr. B, who might even be a vehicle himself. He does have wheels. A rocket car / planes for Muttley. Riding a bear and just, being sensible and driving. I'm going to call it a win for Max and Jack because I think they're going to be more focused, a little bit they're not having to contend with their teammate being either a kid, a problem, or a bear.
Yeah, we're with you there. I'm with
All
you there.
right, so sounds like 2 votes for Max Goof. Max steals his way back into the tournament,
Man, that was good.
straight into the semi-final. TJ, would you like Midna from The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, Kevin Bacon, the actor, Doomageddon from League of Super Evil, or Firelord Ozai from Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Let's go for Bevan Kaken.
Okay. Bevan Kaken.
Kaken. Okay. That's Bizarro Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon versus Coco. Monologue delivery.
It's not going to be the gorilla.
Oh no!
Now,
How long is
sign
that gonna
language
take?
does count.
How long is that going to take, though?
No, Kevin's got this in the bag.
Oh,
Kevin
sorry,
Bacon
Monkey.
versus the Grinch. Make that Kevin Bacon and Coco versus the Grinch and Mayor Joy Hackney. Tag team wrestling.
Oh.
Now, of note, we do have to start out with Kevin Bacon and the Grinch in the ring, and they need to be there for at least 15 seconds before they're allowed to tag.
Could you imagine the Grinch with a luchador mask on?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Oh.
just the green fluff just sticking out of the...
Yeah. Leotard.
Mexican wrestlers are hairy anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that hairy. Yeah, well, maybe. So we have to remember that being a cartoon is not strictly sort of permitted. He
It's
does
not
have the
admissible as
physicality of a
evidence.
cartoon.
He's shown to be fairly bendy. He's also
Basically,
shown... in the Jim Carrey movie, he was also shown to be really, really strong.
The
Gonna go with the Grinch.
Grinch could be quite hard to get a hold of, basically.
Yeah. Can Kevin Bacon survive long enough to tag Coco? And is the Grinch stronger than a gorilla?
No, I think a gorilla could like flick you with their pinky and then
I think that's a wrestling move, isn't it?
The Grinch is shown once again in the Jim Carrey movie to drag the entire sled with everybody's presents back up over a cliff and lift it overhead.
That's pretty amazing.
I don't know that a gorilla would be able to do that.
Are we referring to
And
the
I don't
cartoon
even know
Grinch
if-
or the movie Grinch?
Composite? I mean,
think they're the same
okay.
character, aren't they?
and I don't even think that Mayor Joy needs to enter this at all, even though she'd be a force to reckon with herself. So I think
Okay.
Kevin needs to get out as fast as possible
Yeah.
and just kind of
He
evade until then.
He could dance his way around the Grinch.
I mean, the
He's-
Grinch is really agile too, isn't he?
He is known for dancing, I think.
It's time to fight. Well, it's time for tearing free. Welcome.
I don't know shit about Kevin Bacon, sorry. I feel like I've dishonored my country for not watching Footloose. I just feel like that's something
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, okay.
Neither have I. I just know that Kevin Bacon was in Footloose.
Okay, so he can dance, but I don't necessarily know that that's going to help you in a wrestling match. Although, to be
keep away
fair,
from
it is
people.
pro wrestling, so it doesn't necessarily follow like actual beating the shit out of each other rules.
Every
It's,
time the Grinch
you know,
did that
showmanship
sort of
is important
forward
here.
running towards him, he'd sort of just scoot out the way.
Pirouette out of the way.
Yeah. And then Coco the gorilla's in, and it'll be... I still think the gorilla would just mangle him. Like that.
Yeah.
But then we reverse the question, and can the Grinch evade long enough to tag Joy?
You know what?
And also, can Joy defeat a gorilla?
I think she could defeat a gorilla.
You know what? I do think the Grinch is a sneaky little bastard. I think he could do it. He is a sneaky little bastard. He stole Christmas. I mean, he could kind of like dodge around the ring, potentially
He
speaking.
stole the whole of Christmas. All of it.
He
It just
did.
went. It just went 24th, 26th. What happened?
The day itself was missing. They took the calendar. It's like, oh,
Christmas
did I
Eve,
sleep through
Boxing Day.
Yeah. What?
that? Yeah.
Alexa, could the Grinch defeat a gorilla?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor. No. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you very much.
Thanks
No, it
for your
didn't.
feedback.
The Grinch can't
the
defeat
what?
a gorilla.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make an argument against Alexa. She's usually your arch nemesis.
I
I don't know
know.
why you let her in your home.
I don't know why she's being so helpful
Could be
today.
steering you wrong. Yeah, you
I'd
don't
be.
know.
I think she sabotaged
Didn't give any supporting information whatsoever. Just said no.
didn't.
She did come up with a little red light instead of a blue light. I think she has turned to the dark side. Now, do we trust Alexa? Of course we don't trust Alexa. All right, give it to
No.
the Grinch.
Yeah.
All right, the Grinch and Mayor Joy. So the Grinch advances. Gwen, you have Private First Class Jeanette Vasquez from Aliens, TJ Detweiler from Recess, Ozzy Man, the internet commentator, or Alfred, Hunter of Vile Bloods from Bloodborne.
What's the kid's name from Recess again?
TJ Detweiler.
TJ.
TJ Detweiler versus Doom Guy, building and then eating the taller sandwich.
Oh, what was the other? What the
bigger kid.
The bigger kid, because he
Mikey.
in the opening
He eats
credits,
the whole thing of
he
sandwich.
literally
Yeah, but that's not him.
That's not him.
Ugh, damn it. Ah!
But it doesn't mean that TJ couldn't do it because the
He is
physicality
up
is there.
against-
He takes
he is
lessons.
up against a big guy who does a lot of things that require a lot of caloric intake.
Yeah, he is constantly fighting.
The effort that he exerts through the course of one level is like 15,000 calories.
So he'd probably be used to taking in such a lot.
Probably what he does between levels.
In this situation, he's not really under a lot of stress, but then he would be used to it.
Yeah, it's probably just like his normal meal at that point.
Yeah, TJ, this is not something he's used to doing. He'd have to really prepare for it, whereas
Yeah.
Doom Guy really does have the advantage of being,
I think we've got a win
Yeah,
there.
TJ's thing is mostly like talking to people. Doom Guy advances to face Morpheus in web design.
Morpheus, right? I feel like
It's
He's going to make a more appealing and functional website.
yeah, Morpheus.
I'm just seeing two screens. One of them's got the Matrix going down on it. The other one's just got a big cannon hole through it.
Well, at least one's functional.
Yeah.
So Morpheus then?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Pretty easy, that one.
Morpheus versus the Grinch. Make that Morpheus and Doom Guy versus the Grinch and Kevin Bacon. Olmec's Temple Run.
I think Morpheus and Doom Guy would do pretty good. They're on the same team, right?
That is so easy, yeah.
Yes.
No, I think
Although, you know, there is the Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
That is a very difficult puzzle.
3 pieces. The most difficult 3-piece puzzle you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, yeah.
She gets trying to get the middle on, but she's having trouble. She's having trouble. She's got to get it turned around right. It's hard. She's got the head, and time's running out, and
But versus the Grinch and Kevin Bacon, I don't. No.
I bet you Kevin would be able to do that pretty easily. They'd show up with less time to spare than the other two would, but I think they might leave with more.
Morpheus, though, in real life, has seen some shit. And
but this is also like out of Matrix Morpheus. He doesn't have like all the Matrix powers.
Everything in that sort of world is a kind of puzzle, isn't it? They're always trying to work things out in ways that would work with the Matrix and in and out of. And forgive the analogy, but he's very used to thinking outside the box.
So you know that scene where like he learns kung fu in the thing, whatever, and he comes out. It's like, oh, I know kung fu. Could you potentially in real life do kung fu, or does that
the Silver Monkey? I think so.
If it's like an actual skill that you learn, sure.
Yeah.
If it's reality warping, probably not.
I'm definitely giving it to Morpheus and Doom Guy, because Doom Guy is running around.
I wouldn't give him the ability to download a map.
Temple-esque sort of environments.
Even if he can't retain that, I still think it's strongly with Morpheus, just because, again, he has to figure his way out of the Matrix anyway.
Lots of puzzles and stuff anyway, and navigating interesting situations. Okay. All right, Morpheus advances to the semifinal. So, TJ, you get our last pick here. You've got General George Hammond from Stargate SG-1, Russell from Up, Earthworm Jim from Earthworm Jim, or Dr. Clayton Forrester from Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Let's go for a ditch.
Former champion Huey Duck from DuckTales, Lord Business from the Lego Movie, or the Queen of Hearts from Adventures in Wonderland? A lot of red going on here.
Yeah, I want to go for Lord Business.
Okay, Lord Business. Yeah. Keep in mind, he is, in fact, a Lego minifigure. Lord Business versus Cow and Chicken in a cringe competition.
Oh, I mean,
he's played by Will Ferrell.
Does that just mean like be the cringiest thing ever, or?
Yeah, just kind of like a stand-up comedy, except you're trying to make the audience cringe.
I think it's Cow and Chicken, honestly.
Like, I mean, for Cow and Chicken.
They are annoying as hell.
They really are. Didn't you pick them?
I did. Well, they're great because they're annoying. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, I picked them.
All right. Cow and Chicken. Cow and Chicken versus Yoshi. Cosplay as their previous opponents. So Cow and Chicken are cosplaying as Lord Business. Yoshi is cosplaying as Ron Swanson.
I don't think he'd be able to get the personality down.
No, he's too
I could
sweet.
totally see it, though. I could see him putting the mustache on and getting the wig and standing there like...
Yeah, I'm seeing chicken on the bottom, cow on top, a cardboard sort of helmet, and it's just all falls down. We'll give it to Yoshi.
It sounds like yeah, let's do Yoshi. That sounds like a Cow and Chicken episode.
Yeah, so what happens?
Yoshi versus Jack Box. The restaurateur meets his ideal customer.
Yes.
Brewing fresh coffee.
Oh, it's Jack. He
does
runs
the food.
He does the thing. I think I've
Yeah,
got
they do
coffee
serve
at Jack in the
coffee,
Box.
He
All
does
right, so
the
Jack
thing.
then.
does
Jack
the thing.
Box
you.
versus Max
you.
Goof. Skiing.
Jack is again. He's been. What occupations has he had in the past? So he's a business owner.
Let me
He's
just scan through
just
this
pretty
video.
much always been the owner of Jack in the Box.
I thought you said earlier he was a cop or something too.
I
Yeah,
don't.
in the first video here, he's dressed up as a cop.
So
Okay.
I'm going to argue that's just to support my argument, but I think he has enough experience in like a few different, at least with life, than Max would. Max being
Although Max has probably been skiing before, and he does have that Goof family luck.
Yeah, but he's also like
he's also got a lot of experience in extreme sports.
I'm gonna consider those like Mario Party where they're not canon.
Wait, what?
Is that the video game or is that like
no?
an actual...
I'm talking about a Goofy movie and an extremely Goofy movie.
Oh, does he do extreme sports?
Oh yeah, like the whole plot around an extremely Goofy movie revolves around Max, PJ, and Bobby entering the X Games.
Dang! All right,
I
go
could
Max.
not see a single instance of Jack Box doing anything that could be considered extreme sports.
All right,
skiing or ski adjacent. All right,
give it a Max.
Max Goof skis into the final.
Sorry,
and
Jack.
Over here, we've got one space left. Kevin French, our previous champion, re-enters the bracket to face Malcolm. And the contest is a transcontinental car race.
I feel like Kevin would have this one. No, they're both smart. They're both smart.
They are both very smart. Malcolm is shown to be like very high level genius. Kevin is just kind of shown to be rather smart.
Can Malcolm drive?
Yes. There's an episode he's having to... There's this old lady who's a bit of a bastard. I think she constantly passes out. And for some reason, he takes her car. His mum sees him in the car as they're passing. Then the old lady, who has been an absolute bastard to him this entire time, lies for him and says that he was taking her to the hospital.
Oh, that's sweet.
So he can drive.
It's been forever since... Okay.
And Kevin, I believe, is 17. I don't think they really need to do much driving in Mission Hill. I think, in fact, Jim is the only one with a car.
Well, no, Kevin, there is an episode when he takes the Ferraro.
Could you at least go faster than 5 miles per hour? Everybody's passing us.
FYI, I am observing the posted limit, and everybody is not passing us.
Fairly responsibly?
Well, actually, yes, he does. In fact, he goes into debt because he is trying to be so responsible.
Balzac!
The latest in precision-crafted wiping technology. Price, $240.
$240? Well, I took on this responsibility.
But does that beat him against Malcolm?
This is a car race. And if they get pulled over because they're speeding, and Malcolm gets discovered not having a license, that's going to...
say, Malcolm is more willing to be reckless. Not intentionally, but he does end up being quite reckless for various reasons.
Malcolm has a tendency to get, like, overconfident in his own abilities.
Yeah.
And it bites him almost every time.
I had Malcolm in my mind, but I'm going back to Kevin. I feel like Kevin is more responsible. Not responsible. Well, you need to be reckless in this sort of thing, but I feel like he'd be calculative enough to, like, figure out a way to win in a race.
So it sounds like Kevin?
Yeah.
Via lack of information, I'm going to give it to Kevin.
Kevin French versus James Bond. Building a ladder of hot dogs to the moon.
Oh.
Or at least as close as they can get.
James Bond is already taller.
But
so he could probably stack
Bond
better.
doesn't build anything, though.
This is the kind of thing I think Kevin would do, especially if it was like his teacher was like, yeah, I don't know, build it.
Let's just get that out
Kevin
of the way.
has probably built, like, models and stuff.
Right. I'm fairly certain anybody could build hot dogs to the moon. Okay, this is a ladder of hot dogs to the moon is such a bizarre thing. I think him not having built something, not visibly built something, is a stupid thing to say. It's hot dogs in the shape of a ladder.
But
you know what a ladder looks like? Make it hot dogs.
But Rob, Kevin would make it extra special, but like he would try way too hard to make sure it was sturdy enough and everything else. Whereas we haven't seen Bond. Someone builds gadgets for him. He don't do that shit on his own. So I feel like Kevin's got this one.
Building things actually. Also, building things is kind of relevant here because you have to deal with the physical properties of your building materials.
Yes.
And you have to be able to understand how to use the flexibility or lack thereof of like a hot dog or a toothpick or whatever it is that you're using to support the hot dogs in order to make the ladder out of them. Then on top of that, it has to be able to support, going up.
Honestly, it's such a bizarre task. I think they're both in the same boat.
Yeah,
it's not something you can really practice doing or have prior experience doing.
Not directly, no.
Oh, Kevin would though. He'd prepare. He would like prepare his whole life to do this if he had to.
But
he's only got like 3 hours.
James Bond is a practical thinker. He can think of very strange ways to make a thing happen. He's a spy. He's meant to know things. It would be very unlikely that he hasn't previously worked with the things that he'd end up using, possibly even hot dog. He's probably made bombs out of hot dogs. I heat them up too much.
No,
those things
he's not
explode.
MacGyver.
Counter argument. Kevin is a sheltered little boy. Like, even though he's really smart, that kid, he eats sliced hot dogs or some shit. I feel like, like he is such
just
an
playing with his food. He's probably done this.
Yes.
I don't see either of them having the upper hand here, but
TJ...
I'm more likely to go for James Bond. One, because even if he does manage to start stacking and getting them, he's taller. He'd be able to stack higher. Again, he's an adult. He's more practically minded. He would have more ideas, whereas the other one is, how old did you say? 17.
Although being younger can actually be an advantage in the creativity department.
Could be, but he is a spy. He's meant to be creative, thinking on his feet.
So TJ, you're saying Bond.
Kevin,
Gwen, you're saying French. I do agree that this is so out there. That it's going to be very difficult to have anything resembling practical experience in it. Given that Bond never builds anything, that Kevin occasionally does, and that Kevin is the kind of character to play with his food and kind of accidentally discover the physical properties of hot dogs and their structural integrity, I think I have to give the edge to Kevin French.
This sounds like a Mission Hill like side story, or like a side plot.
Yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong, it'd be fairly close, partly because it's just such a weird contest, but I do have to give Kevin the edge.
If you thought that could have gone somewhere at all, comments, please do comment here.
Yeah, if you disagree with our assessment, let us know in the comments below. Kevin French versus Wreck-It Ralph. Brainwall.
Oh,
is he getting lucky again?
Oh my good god.
Is Kevin coasting through this again, getting super lucky with every draw?
Oh man.
You know what's going to happen.
The wall comes
Brainwall
you,
is where you have a giant styrofoam wall
Yeah.
on like a metal frame, and that frame is coming at you. You have to stay within a certain like padded rectangle on the stage, and then you have to like occupy the space of the shape as best you can.
Bring on the wall!
Bring on the wall! More importantly, you have to get through it. Because if you don't, if it knocks you into the water, or if you break the wall, then you don't get the points.
Bring on the wall!
And I think
Bring on the wall!
we know what's going to happen as soon as Ralph touches it.
Yeah, he could. Ralph couldn't do it. Also, Kevin, have you seen his? I'm sorry, I keep referencing Mission Hill episodes, but
Well, it's relevant.
like there's an episode where the first one actually when he's playing ska, or they're playing ska music and he's getting all excited and shit, and he's like doing all these moves, and I'm thinking, yeah, he could like he's so flex. Someone could
that would
absolutely
be
do that.
ample practice.
Yeah. Right, so Kevin advances again. Kevin French versus Morpheus. Blueberry picking.
So Morpheus has never.
They are given an entire harvest season. The weight of each blueberry is multiplied by its freshness value.
Thing is,
who's getting more points?
Morpheus would be wandering around holding a blueberry and a redberry and offering them to people.
Yeah.
Which he would not get shit done at all. Nothing would happen.
So also in the Matrix, they've only the only real food they've ever had is mush, right? They've never seen real fruits and shit. Whereas Kevin,
oh no, so Morpheus would be just like eating these and
yeah, he'd just be mushing them down. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Oh,
this is the best mush I've ever tasted.
Whereas I feel like Kevin, this is the sort of thing. Well, actually, no. One of the roommates.
Oh, come on.
Posey is a gardener. I feel like he's picked up a thing or two.
Come on, Kevin French.
So pissed.
All right, Kevin French picks his way all the way back into the final to face Max Goof. Now, I will say this: if Kevin wins this, he becomes the second player to win 2 championships.
Holy
we saw the other
shit.
one earlier, and that the only other one to do it so far is Black Widow. This is a best of 3, or rather, I should say it's a first to 2, because there are matches in here that could bring someone else into the final. First up, it's Go Fish.
This is the sort of thing.
Again,
Max
with his father.
Yes, but here's the thing. This is something that unironically Kevin would love. Whereas Max would just be like, "Ooh, I'm so sick of this." He's been shown to be so insecure about.
Go Fish.
I don't want to do this.
He has the teenage personality, doesn't he? Sort of, I don't want to do anything that's inherently old and boring looking.
Yeah,
whereas Kevin just
Kevin doesn't care. Yeah.
I'm the #1 goldfish player in my school, something.
Oh God.
So Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, baby!
Oh boy!
I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm not... Oh man!
Next contest, Wabbit season.
Ooh, now this is a tricky one.
Go out into the woods and bring back as many wabbits as you can bring.
This is tough because I feel like both characters would actually struggle in this tournament.
The world of Disney.
Yeah.
They have. They are all. What are they? They're all animals of some sort, aren't they?
Animal-ish, yeah.
He could probably just ask them.
He could probably go find Brer Rabbit or something.
Rabbit
like
friends in his school or whatever. Just come. We need to do the thing. Please.
That's cheating. No,
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Wait a minute.
No, they gotta come out of the woods. They do have to come out of the woods.
That, and you gotta kill them basically.
You don't have to kill them.
Just catch them.
You can capture them.
You have to capture them unwillingly. So I feel like that's cheating.
Although you are allowed to kill them.
You're allowed also to persuade them.
Yeah.
As long as you get the rabbits in the box.
Yeah.
You get a box.
Yeah. You just have to come out with the wabbits.
I think Max is more able because he's able to communicate to them what he wants them to do.
So Max?
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to Max. He deserves one.
All right. To decide it all, it's Grand Theft Auto: The Crime.
He lives in Mission Hill. He's seen some shit.
He has, but he's straight-laced enough that I don't think he'd do it.
Yes, but would Max do it? He is a suburban boy.
He's a teenager. He will make mistakes. He will do things because he thinks it will get him where he needs to go. He will steal his
or
father's
he thinks
car
it would
if
be
necessary.
cool, or
shit.
or it would win him the contest. I think this one might go to Max.
You know what?
What do
Yeah,
you
he
think?
is more. He did lie to his dad. You know what? Yeah, this is gonna go to Max. Actually, yeah, you're right.
All right, so
his personality wins it.
Sorry, Kevin.
Ooh,
You're so close.
just barely missed a double champion here. So instead, we've got our new champion, Max Goof. Before we get through the wrap up and everything, where can folks find more from you guys? Gwen, what do you do?
Hey, so I make comics. Whoop whoop. I am on Twitter as Rum Cartoons, or Blue Sky as Rum Cartoons. I have my website rumtwin.com. You can also find me here on YouTube as Rum Cartoons. I don't really do much here on YouTube. I just do my time lapses. But yeah, I make comics about life and how it can be sad and good. So yeah.
And TJ.
Twitch.tv/TJ Pownell. I do streams. I'm not currently streaming right now, but by the time this comes out, I'm probably back on the wagon. Everything else you can find from there. I also sometimes do art and stuff like that, but mainly streaming.
And if you like what you saw here, want to see more, hit the like button and the little subscribe button. I hear those really help YouTube channels. Very helpful for us, still getting started. And if you want to see more of what we do, our other projects and the like, we've got Asterism, Flanxiety, and Gordian Maps currently available for sale. You can find that through our website, raspberrygrenade.games. But for now, Max Goof stole a car where Kevin French refused to, and also emerged with more wabbits out of the woods. He was a better skier than Jack Box and raced to the finish better than Dr. Phlox, Mr. Butlertron, and Muttley, as well as their teams. And he wove a better basket than Jack O'Neill. That makes Max Goof our new champion. He will be back next time to face 31 new competitors, because it's still anyone's game. Anyone's Game is a production and trademark of Raspberry Grenade Games. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.